Hey, what's up, mother Funkos? The video game line of pops, when it comes to popularity and value, is kind of a weird one. It's different than all the other lines because video game popularity is so very fleeting. A video game can be extremely popular one month, and then the next month, everybody's moved on to the next thing. So it's kind of tricky to collect video game pops because you may be all about Fortnite right now, and then in 6 months, you may be wondering why you have 15 Fortnite pops when you don't even play the game anymore. And everybody else may feel that way as well, so you might have a little problem trying to sell them. Of course, it's different for things like Pokemon, that's been around for a while, so there's nostalgia involved with it. So it was kind of tricky putting together this list. Of course, a character like Sonic the Hedgehog or Pikachu is more iconic than some random Fortnite character, but from a design standpoint, they're not better in my eyes. So the criteria for this list is how well Funko executed the character, how original the design is, how interesting it is to look at, whether someone that doesn't even play the video game would buy this pop on design alone, and just overall coolness. I'm not focusing on the most popular video game, the most popular characters. This is strictly on how cool the pop looks. That's why you won't see Sonic the Hedgehog on here, or Mega Man, or something like that, because those characters are simple, even though they're more iconic. This is strictly on design and the look of the pops. I also need to add that I didn't consider any of the Marvel Gamerverse pops. To me, those are more like Marvel pops instead of video game pops, even though technically they are video game pops. To me, I just see Spider-Man, not a video game character. Remember, this is just my opinion. With a genre so big as video games, everyone's list will differ, and I more than welcome your thoughts in the comments below. Post what you think the top 10 is, or what your favorite video game pops are. I don't know a thing about Summoner's War. I'm not even sure what kind of game it is. But this Orion pop looks amazing. I love the color scheme. I love the royal look with the scepter, the rough collar, and the crown that is painted gold and it's made to look like it has like tufted leather on it. And that jewel in the middle, it just looks awesome. I love that he's balancing on top of a ball. And I have no idea what kind of creature this is supposed to be. It kind of looks like a cat a little bit, but then it's got bat wings. Whatever it is, I really like this pop. It's just an amazingly designed character, and it really translated into pop form. The Devil from Cuphead is one of those pops that I feel people that don't even play the game probably went out and bought. I know I did, just because it's a really cool looking devil. And I love to play cards myself, so the fact that he's standing on poker chips and he's got cards in his hand really puts it over the top for me. I love the furry body. I love the contrast of the yellow, red, white, and black. I love that color combination. And the sculpt of the head is amazing. That grin is so creepy. I love the horns. And I love the old-timey eyes. This is just an awesome pop, and I think this would look amazing like in 10 inches or even 24 inches, just huge. If I could have a 2-foot tall version of this guy, I'd definitely put it in my house because I think it transcends the video game genre and just looks like a cool vinyl art toy. Dota 2 is another game I've never played, but this Pudge character definitely stands out to me. Even though he has a mouth, a really sculpted nose, and his head is a little bit more round, he still looks like a pop, but Funko did choose to make him a little bit more detailed in the face, and it was a great choice because he looks awesome. The teeth look so cool and gross. I mean, this whole pop is gross. His skin is stitched together, or else it looks like it might fall off. He's got that butcher's apron with those bloody weapons and just blood all over him. He's super duper creepy, and he's definitely a pop that stands out amongst the rest. There hasn't been a Twisted Metal game in years, so when Funko put out a Sweet Tooth pop, I figured a new one was in the works, but I guess not. And actually, Sweet Tooth is the name of the vehicle. Twisted Metal is like a vehicle combat game. And this is actually Needles Kane, the driver. So it's a little strange they called it Sweet Tooth, even though that is a cooler name. But this guy looks amazing. I love the 2 different colored eyes. I like the crackulature on the mask, the sculpt of the mouth. Just the overall creepiness of this pop is amazing. And of course, the translucent flame hair always looks awesome. And this is one of the better examples of it. Overwatch has a ton of amazing looking pops, and they consistently make it on my best of the year lists. And one of the better ones is Mei with her drone. This was a Hot Topic exclusive. The comment is the same, except for it doesn't have that translucent blue base with the drone. One of the things I like about this is the heavy amount of details on the body. There's just a lot to look at with this pop. Just look at all the different colors and the sculpt on the gun alone. Funko really goes all out with the Overwatch pops. And of course, I'm a sucker for the translucent pieces because it just makes these pops look like a more expensive collectible. I mean, depending on where you buy them, pops can range from $9 to around $15 at retail price. And this main one, when you see it in person, definitely looks like it costs more than that. I think one of the most beautiful pops of any genre, of any fandom, is Mercy from the Overwatch series. She has a really cool variant in her Halloween witch skin, which is really cool and I still need to add to my collection. But I still think that the common is the best looking one. It just has a gorgeous color scheme with the white, the orange to dark orange gradient, the gold, the blonde, the dark brown, and the translucent yellow. It's just a great combination of colors. And this is one of those flying pops with a stand, so that automatically makes it stand out. But yeah, what I like the most about this is that giant halo and those angel wings. Just perfectly executed. It just all comes together to create one of the most attractive pops ever made. Suresh from League of Legends is one of those pops that made me stop and pick it up when I first saw it. I had no idea what League of Legends was at the time, but the design of this character just made me go, whoa, what is that? He's like molded in this semi-translucent green material that almost looks like it's glowing, and the paint over it. To create this effect, like that skull mask is like floating over this green like fire or mist or whatever that's supposed to be. It just looks really cool. And all that bone armor on his body looks amazing. I like that they included those green pieces in the sickle and the lantern he's holding. I'm actually surprised that this isn't glow in the dark, and there isn't a glow in the dark exclusive out there, because I feel like it really should be. That said, he still looks really cool, and the pop does catch the light to make it look like it's glowing anyway. Overall, this is definitely one of the most eye-catching pops I've ever seen. Another pop that looks like it's more expensive than just a $10 collectible is Spirit Breaker from Dota 2. This guy is massive. He's in a standard size pop box, but he's definitely bigger than a standard size pop. I think the blue looks really cool. I like the Roman style armor on him. I love that face sculpt and the gold paint for the nose ring and the earrings. And of course the pose is nice and dynamic, and I really like the translucent hair and the flame effect on that whip. This is a great example of the high detail in video game characters really lending themselves over into pop form, because the more detailed, the more amazing the pop looks, and the video game genre is just perfect for that. I think when Diva with Mecha came out, Funko still wasn't messing around with 10-inch pops, because this one would be really cool in 10 inches, with Diva being the actual size of a regular pop. That said, this is still one of my favorite pops that Funko has ever made. It's 6 inches, with Diva being a half-size pop that you can fit inside of the cockpit. She is a tiny girl, and the Overwatch characters are unrealistic like in their size comparisons. Like Reinhardt is a human and he's just as big as his mech. So when she's inside of the cockpit and you put these pops together, it doesn't look that strange. It actually looks kind of cool and in scale. What I like the most about this though is all the detailing in that mech armor, with the slightly different colors of pink and the trims on the vents, the stickers, and just the different paints makes it look like different textures. It just looks really cool, and you don't really have to be an Overwatch fan to have this. You can just be kind of a fan of people operating robots. There are a couple of variations. I believe there's a blue one and a black one, but to me the pink is the coolest looking one for sure. Before I get into the number one video game pop, I'm going to show you some honorable mentions. These are all pops that came really close to making it into my top 10, what I feel is the top 10. They're all really amazing looking and could easily be switched out for one of the ones that did make it in the top 10. It's just I have to narrow it down and make a choice, and these are the ones that just quite didn't cut it. Okay, so what the heck is number 1? The skeleton from Minecraft. Just kidding, those pops are horrible. It's actually DJ Sona in her concussive skin from League of Legends. I mean, look at this thing. It looks like if Daft Punk had a third female member. The pop alone is really cool, but that stand with her like little cube DJ thing with the speakers and everything is really cool. I'm a sucker for when pops come with like these added accessories, but this is a huge accessory and I love the effect on the helmet. It looks like the actual helmet is painted with the blue dots and that orange like sound wave thing, and then it has a clear piece over it. It's a really, really, really cool design, and it looks great as a Funko Pop. I love the way they did her hair. It appears to be like translucent plastic as well, and so does the cube. I love everything about this pop. Unfortunately, it's hundreds of dollars now, and that's not why I picked it, because if this pop were like 20 or 30 bucks, I'd definitely go on eBay to get it, because it just looks that cool to me, even though I don't play League of Legends. This character is just cool looking. The reason this is so expensive is because it's rare. It was only available at the League of Legends World Championship. So yeah, it was available at one event, and it's unclear how many they made. They couldn't have made that many. So this is a pop I'll probably never have, and will just have to admire from afar.
Remember, we are one. If you've got one detail, I'm a god kill.
Alright, Mother Funkos, that was a top 10 video game Funko Pops. Let me know in the comments below whether you agree or disagree, what your top 10s are, and especially what video game lines you hope that Funko acquires in the future. As you can tell from the theme of this, I would love Mike Tyson's Punch-Out!, Super Mario Brothers, of course, especially like some of the designs from Mario Brothers 3. I'm sure Funko has tried, but you know, it's Nintendo. I believe Nintendo likes to make and sell their own collectibles, so might not ever see Mario Brothers, but it would be cool. The Legend of Zelda and Metroid would be another cool Nintendo property as well. Lots of Nintendo. I'd also really like to see a Darkstalkers line. I've talked about that before in my most wanted Funko Pop videos. But yeah, Darkstalkers would be amazing. Alright guys, thanks for watching and take it easy.
Dash